Welcome back, my lovely people. This is the most exciting and the most enriching recording that I've ever done on my channel. I don't know how I miss sharing it with all of you. Better late than never. This is an ode to the book that changed my life. If there was only one book that I could recommend and only one book that we could all read, I would hands down suggest this book within a blink of a second, and I wouldn't even think twice. I'll probably trade all the other books for this one. A book that deals with science and art of living like a human. The book whose entire work is based on emotions, thoughts and feelings towards love and compassion, not just towards others but towards ourselves, and how to inculcate a better lifestyle and rejoice every minute of existence. Also, at the end of this video, I have shared my biggest dream ever, the one that I look forward to every single day as I wake up, and probably something that can make me jump out of my deathbed too. So this is the biggest revelation on a personal front I've ever done publicly. Happy that you're here with me during this time when I'm sharing this secret with all of you. By the way, for all those of you who are new here, this is Krupalini Swamy, and I collect and share life lessons on my channel. This year, my focus is on self-love, self-compassion, and how to get better and live a better life. If this is something that excites you, then make sure that you hit the bell icon and also subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss an update when a video goes up. You will be able to access all the videos related to compassion on my playlist called the Compassion Playlist, which is up on the channel. So the book that I'm talking about, it is my forever favorite, my go-to mentor, and a book of answers to all the questions that I have in life. Drum rolls please. It is The Book of Joy, Lasting Happiness in a Changing World by Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Every time I hold this book in my hand, I can feel the warmth and heaps of compassion within my heart space. I transit into a space of bliss and resilience within a fraction of seconds. It is magical how certain books can change the way we think, we live, and we exist. This is one such book for me. I feel it's a book that showed me a perspective of living that I did not know existed earlier. This book is written during a time that Archbishop Desmond Tutu visited the Dalai Lama for his birthday, and they have a conversation about a very interesting and important topic. And the topic was joy. Mere joy. How complicated can it be? It's pretty simple. Just one emotion, right? But this particular book dissects layers and dimensions of this particular emotion like no other. Both these sapiens, in spite of being Nobel laureates, spiritual leaders, what got me calling was their way of keeping religion away and just sharing the lessons and experiences of joy. They're for sure those souls who can rub that infectious happiness of joy on you. The book is like a 3-layered birthday cake. It dives into their own experience and teachings about joy with the core of a lot of research-backed findings of deep happiness that humans can experience. It starts with talking about how we can practice compassion towards ourselves, and then touches on how to be compassionate towards others, probably family, friends, and people that we know, and finally how to look at the entire life system that exists around us with compassion. It's like a full course feast. I can't explain or just merely put in words the flavors that each chapter touches on. I highly recommend that you read it. As you may know, both the Dalai Lama and late Archbishop Desmond Tutu have been tested by great personal and national adversities, and here they share their personal stories of struggle and renewal. The book was written during a time when they were both in their 80s and had experienced dimensions of life in all its magnanimity. In fact, Desmond Tutu was under the treatment of cancer during that time and knew this book had to happen then or it would probably never happen. and I'm so glad that it happened. Also, a quick input here. In spite of both the individuals being spiritual leaders, this book is a celebration of secular ethics and it sings in glory. It's the perfect book to see synergies of humanity beyond institutions and religious setups. My most favorite chapter that I see going back to a lot of times in the book is the chapter on forgiveness. The way this particular chapter has an effect on me is something magical. Every time I reread this chapter, I can feel a newer breeze of humanity touching me a little more deeply, and I feel it all new every time. I feel like if I mastered this one skill, then I would have probably lived my life. Like Gandhi said, forgiveness is not for the weak, it's an attribute of the stronger ones. We are all on that journey of learning and mastering the skill in life. My go-to snippet from the book is that conversation where, when asked, how did Dalai Lama forgive the people who were responsible for uprooting his entire life? Everything from his kingdom to his people to his country, his entire life. How was he able to forgive them? I get goosebumps even now when I think about it. He goes on to say something very, very meaningful and extraordinary. But is the meaning of being human? He says, because I'm grateful to them. I choose to be grateful. If that incident did not happen, I would not have earned the global family. I would not have experienced life the way it is today. I wouldn't have been able to communicate my life learnings with the entire world. I'm grateful for that pain and for that enemy too. How big is that? How human is that? How precious is that? Only if we all humans knew and could practice this. Only if we knew how to forgive and let go of the baggage we carry. Forgive ourselves, forgive our loved ones who became strangers, and just in general forgive lives. Change the lens through which we see them. How beautiful would this world be? How beautiful would life be? So there you go, that's my favorite book. And you must have guessed by now where my lifetime dream lies and what's on the topmost of the bucket list by now. My lifetime wish that I have on the top of my bucket list, like I said earlier, one thing that I look forward to every day I wake up, and something that can also make me jump out of my deathbed. Probably one of the biggest dreams that I have is that I want to meet this person in flesh and blood who is identified as the Dalai Lama and is just a fellow sapien. I hope to see this person in real and hear him and probably shake hands and see how does this human feel like. How can a living, breathing human have mastered the skill of joy and compassion and live with contentment in spite of losing everything in life and going into nothingness? I just feel proud that I share a race with him and I call myself as a human being. How does he smile through life every day, through adversities and every single moment? This soul is all that is for me. The man who inspires every action and emotion in me. The one who showed me the path of compassion and joy. The one who makes me smile more, spread love more, and taught me to operate from the space of abundance always. And thank you, Dalai Lama, for this. And I miss you, my dearest Desmond Tutu. Thank you for your teachings and for walking this planet. Thank you for spreading joy. Thank you for standing for what you believed in spite of the adversities that came your way. And I hope we humans will make you proud someday. And like you said, do your little bit of good wherever you are. It's those little good pieces put together that overwhelm the world. Thank you for the book of joy. It made a difference in my life. It redefines my living and showed me what it means to be a human. It changed the course of my life. I owe it to both of you. So with that, I come to the end of this heartful conversation video. Do make sure to give this book a read and don't forget to share your feedback with me. I've left the link of the book in all versions in the description box below. If you purchase through that link, a percentage of sale converts into points for me, which will help me buy more books probably. So do consider it. Also remember to be joyful, to be compassionate and happy always, because that's the purpose of life. See you on the next one. I also did a recent book recommendation for wannabe entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs on the run. Do take a look at it in case you haven't watched it yet. You will see the video link in the screen here, and I've also left the link in the description box below. See you soon.